YouTube, was good? I'm back, and this time I got something a little bit different. This right here, the 2011 McLaren MP4-12C GT3 at Form in the Garage. All right, so some brief history. McLaren Automotive, their first modern vehicle was the MP4-12C. And it's McLaren, so they have to go racing, of course. So in 2011, they commissioned 25 of the GT3 race cars. This is number 25 of 25 of the first run of GT3 race cars from McLaren. So this is like the Alpha and Omega, but the first, but the last of the first. Made no sense. Anyway, so this car is extremely special. It was never raced, never tracked professionally from McLaren. Yeah, so this is it's a heritage car. It's a showcase piece. It was at Pebble Beach. It was at Goodwood Festival of Speed. It was at McLaren Heritage event at Goodwood. They even did a video on this particular vehicle. So you rarely see that with a particular car. It's like that one press car that they make for normal cars, but this is the race car version of that one special press car. So kind of cool. All right, so some specs. In 2011, the MP4-12C road car had about 600 horsepower from a 3.8 liter twin turbo V8. A little bit less than 3,000 pound curb weight. Okay, it started off with 600 horsepower, and then it had like 616 a little bit later. And then you could email McLaren and get a little bit more horsepower because the 650Ss came out, maybe drop box them, and they see a little bit more horsepower. So I'm really not sure how much horsepower it had, somewhere between 600 and 1,000, but this is the race car, MP4-12C, MP4-12C GT3. 500 horsepower limitation per GT3 standards. All right, so I want to tell you a few special things about this MP4-12C GT3 that sets it apart from everything else. The owner wanted more coolness. The cool factor had to be times 10. So Rob Bell, which is a McLaren factory driver, signed the A-pillar on the passenger side, and on the other side you got Alvaro Parente. I'm not sure, I'm probably fucking the name up. My bad, Alvaro. All right, so to open the passenger door, you got to pull this little lever right here, and the driver's side's the same. So this car has one special option that no other McLaren GT3 car has. Really, maybe not any GT3 car ever. So pull this, and it literally has a passenger seat. So the owner of this vehicle sent this vehicle back to Woking, where McLaren GT was, and insisted they installed a passenger seat. But they pretty much said, no, we can't do it, or we're not gonna do it, but he insisted. So it took 3 to 4 months to retrofit this vehicle with a passenger seat. They had to cut the roof and cut the roll bars, or cut the roll cage. So he had an actual race car with a passenger seat. Not only that, but it's a specific size seat because it had to fit in between the area where a seat typically doesn't fit. Usually you'll have your ballast over here. Anyway, so this is the only McLaren GT3 with a passenger seat. I wish I can have this in my vehicle. This thing feels like nothing else. This is the GT3 steering wheel. Looks like an F1 steering wheel, but it's fully carbon fiber with a quick connect on the back. Some clicky gear shifts, which feels real nice, really tactical. Upshift, your neutral button, left and right blinkers. You got your engine mapping, TPS, ABS, traction control, everything you need for this race car. Display button was changed into the screen inside, but this is just a badass piece of hardware for this vehicle. I wish I could take it and put it in whatever car I have. I may try it one day. Anyway, this is it. All right, so the goal is to try to get in here in less than 1 hour. So here we go. Take the steering wheel off, it's already off, and I think I have to do some kind of manipulation with my right leg. Oh shit, that's not good. All right, right leg in, squiggle my left. Okay, now I'm stuck. Okay, that didn't go how I wanted it to go. Let's see. Uh-oh. I made it. Even though I'm really not actually in here, I'm kind of on top of the car. It's not made for 270-pound people like me. All right, so that's it. The MP4-12C GT3 number 25 of 25. This is nighttime now in Houston, the day after we had that big chemical plant caught on fire. So we may or may not die early years now in Houston. I don't know. But in the meantime, one of the most badass race cars you will ever get a chance to see anywhere.